My name is Cheryl Reisner with SR Business Resources. I'm located in Shreveport, Louisiana. I was a bank lender in the past, and I thought I knew all about the financing and funding options available for businesses. I even went through the bank loan process when I got ready to purchase an existing business. I found out that the process was very tedious, the paperwork required was extensive, and it took months to complete the whole process. After that experience, I learned that there are a lot of different funding options available for businesses, but most business owners don't know how to get the money. I was very excited to learn about the Business Finance Suite and the process of building business credit for my business where I could get even more money than I could ever get before. I believe that the Business Finance Suite has opened up possibilities for my business in the future that I never could have imagined, and that every business owner can benefit from owning the Business Finance Suite. It will change the way you do business.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So we will give it a few minutes or so. I just still have 8:28, 8:29 or so. 8:29 is what I have. So we got a few more segments or so. So send out that text. Let everybody know that, in your circle that may not have been telling you about, hey, how do I get in the house? Okay, how do I start a business? How do I get funding for that business? What if I don't have this, that, or the other? What do I do, right? So let's go ahead and send those text messages out. And while we're doing that, we'll get another quick testimony, just like we had Miss Reisner. Right now, we're going to get with Edward and let him tell you a little bit more about what we're doing.
Hello, my name is Edward. I also from El Paso, Texas. I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell you how happy and grateful I am to have found the Business Finance Suite. As a small business owner and having owned small businesses in the past, it was always a challenge getting funding, financing. It would never allow us to grow. Trying to bootstrap these different businesses, we were always limited by the money. And going to banks, trying to get loans, you have to be perfect to be able to get a loan, and we were never able to do that. So we were never able to grow as much as we wanted until we found this option. Been on this Business Finance Suite for about a month, and it's already made a huge difference. I mean, you're talking about from the very beginning, making sure we were set up right, all the way through getting our trade lines, getting our revolving credit, and now we're looking at getting some funding. I cannot tell you how excited, how happy I am that we found the solution. If I would have found this years ago, who knows where our business could have been right now. If you're having any doubts about the Business Finance Suite, don't. I can guarantee you it works. It's awesome. You will be more than satisfied, and your investment will be well worth it. The only problem you're going to have is that you did not find this sooner. Thank you.
All right, guys. So like we were saying, just a couple of testimonies to let everybody know what it is that we're doing. Okay, and if you're new to what it is that we're looking into, what we're doing is we're having a focus on your purpose. What we are, we're a real university. Where the people are real. And we just simply show individuals how to do the things that they want to do. Okay, so there's no pills, potions, lotions, wrap, teas, right? But if you desire, right, to use those things, this is the strategy that you need to use in order to do the pills, potions, lotions, wrap, teas, right? Because we show you cash flow management, we show you business income and investment income. through the vehicles, what we're talking about, personal credit, business credit, and also leveraging that credit, which is just simply turning that credit into assets. Okay. So as we do that, we want to dive on into what we call the personal cash flow plan. Okay. And if you're taking notes, I hope you are taking, like I said, copious notes, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that you do what you want to do. It's so many times that we've gotten into these patterns of life. We're becoming, turning 18, right? And then all of a sudden we wake up and we are AD, right? And what we want to do, we want to make sure that in between those times, we live our quote unquote best life, right? But without the proper strategy with money, then that's almost impossible. Okay. And so we already are going through the different dives and the different ins and outs that society is giving us. So what we have to do is understand how to strategize, right? Not get the next shiny object that promises this, that, and the other, but the strategy on how to do what you want to do. Okay. So that's what we want to do. We're going to look into the cash flow strategy. Okay. And what that's going to do for you is going to help you to say, okay, hey, where am I going? And how am I going to get there? And this is going to be perfect for you guys that are looking to do such things. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's get it shared for you. Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? Drop me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Okay, yeah. All right. We're having some, a lot of rain down here in South Kakalaki. So, I'm going in and out. So definitely just stay tuned. And it's also being recorded as well. So generally when it's recorded, it goes through really nicely on the recording, but sometimes on the live, there's a little delay. Okay. So if you guys miss anything, please go back and catch everything. I appreciate the ones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool beans, cool beans. All right, so let's rock and roll with so much soul, like we're 101 years old, right? Because the goal is to create the purpose, the life that we want to live. So many times we say we want to create that type of life, but what they end up doing, they give us more things to do that's only going to produce more things for that person or their vision, right? So we go upon the particular job, and so we do everything that we can for that job. And guess what? If they want to go overseas, they do. That's their prerogative, as they say, or as Bobby Brown says, right? And if that person of that job says, hey, I want to, go ahead and turn all of this down and just, take it out, and I don't want to do this anymore. And he ends up laying off 1,600 people like they did over in Anderson at the Electrolux, right? What do we do? What do those people do, right? Without having any options, right? And so that's what we want to do. We just want to simply help people and say, hey, there are options that you can do. You don't have to stop working. We don't want to do that. The job is the thing that you use to fund what your purpose is, right? Now, me, I've been self-employed since I was 27, but I started on the entrepreneur journey at 18, okay? And I'm 51 now, so a lot of times people come in and say, man, I want to create this, that, and the other, right? And not understanding that, hey, yes, this understanding of knowledge and everything can help you go past, most that don't have it, but you still have to have a certain level of knocks that you have to go through. You have to go through ups, downs, lefts, rights, right? So let's go ahead and structure our cash flow plan. So because there's individuals out there that want to do big things, and then there are individuals out there that need to do the things that they want to do. When I say big things, it's big to you, okay? So it doesn't matter what the people on the outside look in, but the big things is what you want to do, right? Are you a single mother, single father, and you're needing to have extra cash flow come into your home? Or are you married, right? Because it's still difficult right around now to need extra cash flow. So that could be your big thing that needs to happen. Or do you have a kid that's preparing for college? Maybe that's something you got 3 or 4 years to prepare for, right? Maybe what you want to do is do something for your community, and that doesn't pay well because it's a nonprofit strategy. So maybe there's something that you need to understand with leveraging credit so that you can do the things that you want to do, right? Without having to worry about the people that are trying to hold you down to do their things. They're not holding down purposely most of the time, but generally a person without a vision has to go with somebody else's vision, okay? And that is what you have to do till you can develop that vision. So let's jump into this personal cash flow plan so you can see how we are rocking. Slideshow 1. All right. So as we said, my name is Michael Holmes, and this is the Real University. I've been doing real estate for a good period of time. I went through all the way up to the 2008, 2009, all the way from the age of 19 is really when I grabbed that first one. And throughout that time frame, right, we had amassed almost 62 houses. And by 2008 happened, the crash came and we lost that. And that's approximately $4 million in assets. And so over this time frame, we've been doing things differently. And that's why we say we're the real, because we are renewing excellence and advancing leadership, REAL. So we're teaching and showing the strategies of wealth building, not just getting rich, right? We were grabbing a house. I was able to grab this house and sell, and grab this house and get and put it out over here. But so that just simply created a lump sum, but I didn't have assets. Okay. I thought because I was in real estate, I had assets, but I was just a high powered salesperson because I was not generating assets. Okay. So when you're just simply looking for how to create the next dollar without a strategy, you end up going for the next trinket. You get into going to the next shiny thing, hoping that thing will do it for you. Well, that didn't work for me, or I can't do that. No, what happens is we don't work the thing, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the PCP, right? And if you, back in the day, That's not a PCP I'm talking about, right? This is personal cash flow plan, right? And without this blueprint, what you are doing is just simply throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping something sticks, okay? And so we want to understand that the wealth building strategies that we're looking for. So the next 5 minutes or so, I'm just going to outline a few steps that you need to be prepared in order to do this thing that you want to do, this purpose that you want to pursue, or the purpose that you want to build, whatever this thing is that you're trying to do, because it has to be more than just making 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month. It has to be more than just grabbing the next dollar. You have to have something that you have a purpose, right? Just like I was talking to Quentin earlier, right? And he was saying you have to attach what you love, right, to what you what the things that you're able to produce money with, right? You have to attach the love, what you can do, what you would love to do if you had all the money in the world, right? You have to match it with the strategies of wealth building. And what that is it's only two things that you're looking for: your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle. You're only trying to make sure that you have enough assets, or in this time right now, maybe just income. But the goal is to go from income to having assets. Okay, so if you just have income and the income is covering your expenses, or you just have one stream and that income can be taken away. And so that's why people are going from check to check, right? Because there's so many different things in the way. So we want to show you how to develop your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle by doing what? Having 3 wealth building strategies. Not just, hey, go sell some more plates, right? Not just, hey, I heard the wholesale's working. Hey, now I just heard that selling this jewelry over here is working. I heard, see, what we want to do is not just attach ourselves to something that's making a lot of money. We want to attach ourselves to our purpose, and then invest in the things that will make a lot of money. Okay, we'll continue with that. So we first show you cash flow management, how to properly make sure every dollar that you have has the proper destination, not just comes in and goes out, but you know this goes there, this goes there, this goes there, right? And then you move into another level, and that's business income. Those individuals that's simply looking for an extra $500 to extra $1,500 a month to help them change or adjust or to catch up, right? You just simply need cash flow management, and we'll show you that. For those of us that are looking to do $1,500 to $2,500, $3,000 a month, you need to start developing business income, right? So you need to understand the 1099. If you don't have 1099 in your portfolio and you're trying to develop business income, then you're missing the boat, okay? And also, too, business income will allow you to do what? Reduce the taxes that you're paying, which is also going to increase your cash flow. See, what you have to do, you have to stop. You see, you have to stop and you have to say, okay, hey, the boat's moving, the car's moving, the bike's moving, all my life is moving. You have to stop and you have to put your things. I don't care if you are making in 6 figures, right? If you're making 6 figures, it's a possibility that you're spending 6 figures. That's not the lifestyle that you want to live, right? So we want to step up into business income and then into investment income. And see, any individual should want to do each level, because that ensures you that you're going to be okay, right? You don't want to be out there in McDonald's at the age of 80, right? You want to be somewhere in the Bahamas at the age of 40, right? I'm talking about retired, not just a staycation, right? And you heard me right, I said staycation. You want to start going on vacations. Me and my family, we've been talking about getting RVs and just taking off, right? And see, that's the type of thing, because all we need is a laptop and the mobile phone, right? So when you have those things, you're able to maneuver, and then the infrastructure or the brick and mortar businesses, you have the proper management, right? You no longer are the small business person that's just trying to run around doing everything. You're the accountant, you're the marketer, you're the person that actually does the work, right? You want to get to a point to where you're training and you're delegating, right? You may make less money on your individual things, but you're doing more things, right? You have the Walmart mentality, okay? So this is the simple detailed plan, and you can come back and ask me for the PCP, and we can give you the presentation here, or we actually have it on paper, but we can get you the simple, your personalized cash flow plan, and we make sure that we can get you the cash flow strategist. Okay, so let's rock. Acquire as much cash flow each month. That is your first goal. Remember, we're looking for right now income and later assets. And while we have income, we want to turn the income into assets. What is that? What does that mean, Mike? What's income assets? Income assets. Income is just simply saying I work, I exchange this time that I have, this hour that I have, which I never get back again, I'm going to give it to you. And for this precious time, you're going to give me $8 an hour, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, or $100,000 a year. Whatever this is, you're exchanging time for money. Okay. So when you no longer have or want to use that time or don't have enough time, you can no longer get money. Okay. See, that's the challenge that America puts you in. It's called capitalism. It allows you to do it, right? But then those of us that have the wealth strategies, we capitalize upon those that are not informed. Those are the employees. You see what I'm saying? And see, our goal is to teach you if an employee is that thing, then that's fine. But have options as an employee by having business income, the proper cash flow management, and then investment income. So your first step is acquire as much cash flow as you can. Business income, business credit, reduce your taxes. We're going to adjust your W-4. If you're a W-2 regular wage earner, we're going to show you how to adjust that W-4 because you already have money. It's just going in the wrong way. It's going in the wrong places. Taxes is one. Inflation is another. Debt is another. Not having enough investing, that's another. See, if we have the solutions to reduce the taxes, then that's going to give us 30% back into our household. If we have the information to start writing off the things that we have, like our mileage, if we can write off when we go on vacation, see, we can write off when we have children. All of these things allows the cash flow to remain in your household and to continually to increase. Personal credit, you want to reduce, right, the interest that you're paying by having what, 700s. You want to reduce your expenses during this process, right? As much as you can so that you can apply the extra cash flow, right? So we want to do already money. We want to take the money. We're not talking about selling things to start getting extra money. We're talking about visiting what you already have, right? Adjusting simple things and showing you that you already have cash flow and helping you to find an additional $500 to $1,000 extra in cash flow. Apply that to debt. Then you have more what? Cash flow, because your debt comes down. Apply that to other expenses. Reduce that, right? So as you're doing these things, you're already in place, okay, to have more cash flow because you're going to have emergencies. So you must get to a place where you are not having more month than you have money, right? So we want to make our emergencies become inconveniences. Doesn't that sound all right? Doesn't it sound good? So if we do that, we want to start building an emergency account. All right. Our first goal is to take that to $3,000. We want to use a money market account, right? Something that's still liquid, but pays a little bit more interest than a regular savings or checking account, right? And like we said, we build till we get to 3,000. We take these steps initially one by one. Don't move and say, hey, I like retirement and I need to get this, or I need to reinvest, and so let me jump over. I haven't done my personal credit. I haven't created more cash flow. I haven't done my budget, right? I haven't done any of these things. So we want to show you how to do these things at the same time. But as you are doing one, make sure that you're doing the basics of your cash flow plan as well, okay? So as you're investing, you have a 401k, maybe a 403b, but whatever that is that you work with. If you're self-employed, maybe you have the a self-employment plan, whatever that is, right? We want to show you how to start if you haven't started. If you do and you are starting, you want to maximize it, okay? Whatever that is that you have there, you want to try to at least get to 5% of your income, okay? And so that they can match, because that's free money, right? You want to start having your company to match you with that, right? So number 4, pay off all your consumer debt, right? I know the money is, I would love to go out to Outback, right? No, just take a second or two and knock it off, right? We just got with a simple system that we've been working on. One of our clients was able to obtain an extra 20 grand and able to pay off the remainder of a car note. The car note was an extra $500 a month, right? So if you multiply that 500 times 12 months, that's $6,000 a year that has been increased in cash flow. See, that's what you got to think about. If you reduce your debt, that debt that you reduce is money that now you have, okay? So you want to do all of those things that you can, and this is excluding the mortgage, okay? So now as you are getting more cash flow, you still want to apply this extra cash flow into creating your debt elimination plan. We show you how to snowball the debt so that you're not just saying where or how to pay off the credit card or the car. What do I do first, right? We show you exactly with a planned out way to make sure you know that you're attacking your debt. We've seen individuals that have 30-year mortgages, credit cards, are out of debt in 5 to 7 years with a 30-year mortgage and more, right? So with the same, it's not doing more, it's understanding the strategies. So now you come and maximize your investments. So you take this step by step. You cash flow management, business income, investment income, personal credit, business credit, leveraging credit, all of the other things. Yes, we need to do that. Michael, I don't have time. I got to create income. I understand, but it's like this. It's like we only have a limited amount of time. If we don't take time to eat better and eat right, it's not like we can get it back. So that means we have to sacrifice. Sacrifice just simply means exchanging one thing for another. So we have to sacrifice a little time. Wake up 30 minutes earlier, maybe. Go to bed 30 minutes later, maybe. Change my habit. Maybe I don't need to watch the last quarter because they're up by X amount, right? It's also going to be a replay as well, right? So what's most important? And that's how you can see where you're headed. Where do you put your time? It's where you value, right? So what you think about is this. You say, Mike, I love spending time with my family. If that's the case, and you consistently are putting your time and money in something that's not going to give you more time with your family, then you're doing it backwards. You're hoping for something to change by doing something over and over again, expecting a different result, right? And what that is, that's insanity, right? So now we get to the steps of leveraging credit. We've got our cash flow management together. We know that every dollar has a destination, right? We understand that the levels that we're participating in, we don't need this, that, right? We can put this extra money over there, right? So we understand what's happening. We're not going to be in the position of Section 8, right? And have a Corvette in the yard, right? So I'm not saying Section 8's bad. I'm saying having Section 8 and you driving a Corvette, it's got to switch, right? We got to switch like Will Smith, right? Switch. So now the leveraging credit, you have a personal credit, you're moving, everything's good. 720 score. Our goal is to introduce you to the resources and networks to get you to a 20 to 40K with your personal credit. right? And then the next step is you're working on the business credit. These things can be done parallel, right? So you can do like other people and say, hey, let me go ahead, and I don't quote unquote have the time, and that's fine. If you don't have time, you have the money, we can actually do the deal done for you process. We will do these things for you. But hey, if you don't have the money, then develop the time. Jump on here Thursday night, and we're teaching how to do personal credit. We're teaching how to get yourself in the business credit world and how to get yourself lined up. Have an 80 payday score with Dun & Bradstreet, and also line up with the other business credit repositories as well: Equifax Business, TransUnion Business, Experian Business, right? And then help you to develop to where you're getting another 40 to 100K. But see, during this time frame, it is up to you to maintain everything that you're working with. Because if we're trying to do A, B, and C, right? We're trying to flip houses, we're trying to start businesses, then it's your goal to do as much as you can to maintain the levels. Because once you don't maintain the level, then this drops, then I have to bring in another team, another teammate, another member, and put them still in, right? But still keep you in play, right? And so now, even though you're not maintaining, I still have to find a way to keep you in play. So now we gotta put you back over here and start the credit position all over again, right? So that we can get you back into being a position, right? So now these things are in place. Now you're understanding how to leverage your credit. You're taking your PC, your personal credit, your BC, your business credit, and you're doing LC. You're leveraging that credit. Now you are understanding how to create the assets from the credit. You don't get the credit to get trash, right? It's called cash, asset, cash. You generate cash flow. You get assets that's going to produce more cash flow over and over again, right? That's what's the difference between income and cash flow. Cash flow, you do something one time, it creates an asset that produces cash over and over again. A job is income. You have to go in daily. If you don't report, you don't get paid, right? So we want to do those simple steps, right? And as we're doing these things, we start to create a full emergency fund now, right? So we have all of our expenses. It's not just the 3,000 that we built, but now we want to build to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, which means that, hey, if my living expenses are $2,000 a month, then I need to have at least $6,000 to $12,000, right, for my full emergency fund. Okay, so when you live life this way, then you don't have to worry about reacting to life, right? This happened, that happened. Hey, let me put this over here, and I don't have any peace because I still have all these things, and all these things are happening because we don't have any structure, we don't have any strategy. We've only been told to work hard, right? And that has done enough just for the present generation. But every time the present generation moves, right, passes on, there's nothing left for the next generation because nothing was taught with wealth building strategies. There's not a lot of taught about asset building, about passing on wealth through insurance. There's all of these things about having Roth versus traditional IRAs, about having real estate versus having, whether it's a flip or having it to hold, right? So these different things that we need to know, not just out there, they got us on Instagram and we can make a lot of money doing that. But then what, right? Like, I'm not even gonna say that, but then what? What do you do then? Look around, stop and say, is that working? Look at parents, grandparents, look at children, kids, and see all around you and see everybody is still trapped in the matrix. They're going to school and they have their head down, trying to do as much as they can, best as they can. Then they go to another level of school, and then that level of school teaches them another level of matrix still, right? There's nothing wrong with this. It helps the time being, but you have to develop a way to get out of the matrix to understand that it's just not about what I have on this job. The job is great. The job is, you want to keep it. You have your benefits, but you also want to create options, right? So now we go into the next level of paying off the mortgage. Everything is solid, everything is in place. So you start moving everything that you have to knocking off that mortgage, right? See, that's what we were saying. It's a snowball effect on your debt, okay? And when you live this way, now you're able to take the extra cash flow that you generated and dump it all into investments, over into things that are creating cash flow. You've already dug the dirt, you've already dug the foundation, and now the simple things that you created are doing cash flow. So now you just put more cash flow onto the things that are already creating cash flow, and it continues to do what? Create more cash flow. But in the meantime, it's not easy building, right? It's not easy when you want to build a skyscraper. It's gorgeous at the end, but you had to dig real deep down, right? It's always that time frame when you plant a seed where that seed's in the dirt. The dirt is surrounding it and it is dark, right? There's always that time of germination where you don't see anything around you. But as you start to do the things that you know are inside of you, right? What's planted inside of you, then you start to shoot up through the soil, through the concrete. Nothing can stop that seed from growing, right? Then you start to see a little sunlight. Then you start to do a little bit of prospering, right? So now you got leaves and everything. So it's a little bit more sunlight you're able to grasp. And now your leaves are going wider and wider. So now it's up to you to pass on these seeds to your next generation. And while the generation is growing, you're able to spread out your wings, or your leaves rather, for shade. While that seed is growing, your other generation is growing, or the individuals in your community. You have already done the trailblazing, right? So now you're in a perfect position. But if you continue just to do the same things over and over again, right, and helping you say, hey, maybe I'll do this and this will do it for me. You have to do change here and do this, right? You can't just do this and not change. People have won lotteries and end up, losing it all because they never changed. Okay. So that's what we want to do. As you see here, your financial knowledge should have increased, right? And so that's why we tune in on Thursdays. That's why we get together. That's why you go on the website and you learn, what's expected of you to become the best you can be, right? So let's take a look at the credit portion so we can see how that works. Okay? Personal credit, business credit, and leveraging credit. As we were doing and outlining those pieces last week, we were talking about going into business credit, right? So I wanted to show you your personal cash flow plan first, because once you get that in place, then you can step out and do the next things. You don't have to worry about the pressure. Once you get income, cash flow, assets out of the way, now you can really be creative. Now you can really hear, right, the Most High speaking to you about the things that you should be producing from your purpose, right? Right, exactly. Person without a vision will perish, you see. And so this is what we're producing. We're producing a generation of individuals that just don't work hard, but work smart, right? Welcome. What's going on, sis? Shantae, welcome, mompreneur. Welcome. If you're on the website and you're watching this, you can also just click the YouTube video at the bottom, and you can, it'll say, take me to YouTube, and that way you can participate over here with the chat with us and everything, right? So let's take a look into the business credit portion. Let's talk a bit on what you should have had yourself outlined and started, right? So we have already started the personal credit process. So if you guys are tuning in, this is episode 4 when we started in this new year. And so we have tuned in, everybody that's been tuning in, they've gotten the instructions on how to load their credit, into our credit software, and we're getting ready to start working on eliminating all this bad debt and stuff like that that's on the credit, and we're going to start getting everybody into their 720s. So that was our first couple episodes, right? And then we established that we're going into business credit at the same time. So what we're doing now, if you want to catch up, you can go to The Real You. I'm going to put it on the screen in a second. realu.club/first videos. And you're getting ready to see it here in a second, all right? So don't worry about it. Get ready to share it. So this would have showed you how to register for our community. Number one, how to register for the personal credit portal. Number two, is the videos may have been a total of 12 minutes long. It's 3 videos all together, 12 minutes. You watch each video and it shows you exactly what you want to do. I've seen individuals say, hey, I want to do this, I want to create this in my life. And without instructions, we can't create anything. Take a second and follow your instructions. Your life is going to be awesome, right? So let's rock and roll. I'm going to show you the window. Here we go. Let me make sure that you see what I see. All right, so as you see here, all the tools you need to build a successful kingdom purpose. This first video will show you how to get yourself registered into all the pieces that you need. Like I say, it is the Real University community, and then also the Real University credit portal, so we can help you with your personal credit, right? And then the next video shows you what the community and the courses look like, what you should be expecting, you know, what you should expect. So when I see the different things, I say, hey, I put these here so that not only you can get it, but you can also leverage your time as you're introducing others as well. All you have to do is bring them right here, right? Send me the text and say, hey, Mike, I'm introducing X, Y, and Z, right? And then bring them right here. The realu.club/first videos. And then the last video showed you how to create your credit monitoring account so that you can upload your credit into the portal. And it even takes you right to the credit place right there, right? So when you're doing these things, you are working your personal credit, business credit, leveraging credit. Business credit helps you to not rely on your social security number. All these things that happen with the COVID and what happened with the market crashes, right? That impacts people's personal credit, and it takes a while really to get it up if you don't know the ins and outs. So when you develop business credit, you're able to use an entirely different entity, and then we teach you not just that one business to develop credit with, but how to develop several LLCs to have more business credit. See, when you do it this way, you don't have to worry about a lot of running, okay? So that is our goal. Come here, and if you see on the top of the page, you can see also library. So once you get set up, it will take you to your library, okay? And your library will simply show you the things that you have signed up for. Okay. Let me get that back shared really quick. All right. So when you see this here, now you have a course that's going to walk you through, right? And so when you have those questions and you have those things that you need, say, Mike, I don't know. You just videos to begin purpose pursuing, right? That gives you how to register purpose building, how to register, how to get yourself set up. There's no fees. There's nothing involved. It's just getting yourself registered. Walk yourself through these steps, right? And then it's going to take you into the individual portions. Tony, when you signed up, you only did the application. Okay, you got to go through and actually, when you look at the videos, it'll show you how to actually go through and get yourself signed up. And that's the wow. I got your application, but I didn't get you into the portal. So let me show you. I'm showing you guys a real simple step as you go through. But let's see here. So, like we said, the realu.club, everything is right here. You don't have to worry about, where to go. The realu.club, right? So when you go here, is enter credit portals here, right? Now, what you want to do, Kingdom Purpose Builders, enter here. This is when the person is brand new and they've watched the videos, okay? This will take you to the area. Boom, right? You simply click that. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So when you click that button, it's going to take you right here. Start your path, right? And then what next? Enter community and courses. Boom. And when you do that, either it's going to, if you've already registered, it's going to take you to a point and say, hey, you've already purchased and you know you're good. But if you haven't, it's going to say sign up for free. You just simply put your email in and click sign up for free. And you're done. In and out, right? That's you signed up for the Real University courses and community, just like that, okay? So as that is in place, let's go back, take it out of here. So like I say, the RealU.club has everything you need, okay? And if you click personal credit portals, it's going to take you into what? Personal credit portal. This is how you get yourself signed up to get inside the personal credit portal, right? Boom. Just make sure you put your information in. Boom, you're done, right? Those two things are done. You've signed up for your personal credit portal, and you've also got yourself into the courses and the community, okay? So, and as this is built, so because when I was developing and doing the personal development, personal growth, reading books, I know I've spent thousands of dollars in books and courses and things like that. And I knew that others, may not have the opportunity or may not have the money to do so. So I created the Real University so individuals can create a real pursuit of the things that they desire to do. Not just have to say, hey, if I want to make it, I got to sell this, and I really don't like selling, right? But if you work the steps, you can do personal credit, business credit, leveraging credit, and not say a thing to an individual and have yourself right where you need to be. But you have to discipline your disappointments, right? Because things in life are going to happen. And then you have to set up, right, your success. And the only way you can do that is habitual habits, right? And so now you can come to the library, and what you can do and start now with the community, the Real University Kingdom Purpose Builders. Getting started right, and orientation, right? This will take you to the community. Okay? The community is just like Facebook, okay? It works very similar. This is where we can hang out without having to worry about the things that you see out there on regular social media, right? Without having to worry about the minutia that's happening that's not taking you anywhere. This is where you can come and have a team of like-minded people that are talking about the real things in life, right? That are actually doing business, and then they'll tell you how they did the business as well. So these things are inside here, right? So when you are inside, you're able to come to the general post sections. And these are here are different areas where you can chat and you can start different conversations and, just introduce yourself just like Facebook does, right? And so we also have the first challenge that is listed. Okay. And as you see here, we have individuals that start to, boom, right? They start to post how to leverage personal business credit to create more cash flow. Okay. So, and we had, let's see here. So you come in and you're able to rinse out the negativity that the world is depositing in you. through the television, through the news, through all these different pieces that you're trying to put together. Okay, what Instagram should I watch? Who can I trust in YouTube to give me the right information? How do all these things are going to be here, right? All right. So we had individuals that we met today that have various businesses that they're doing all over South Carolina, right? You should have saw when my family came in and started talking about the things that they're doing, right? The different businesses that they have, right? So we highlight those types of things. So we have people in the industry from real estate to health and nutrition to mortgages, it's almost anything that you could possibly think of, to finances, anything that you need that is developing within real estate and finances, you can get with the Real University. So if you meet an individual while you're working on you, right? All you have to do is refer them over here. They start working on themselves, right? And now if they a particular option, right? Say for instance, they're ready to buy a home, they're ready to buy a car, maybe they're ready to get funding for their business, right? And we help them get $20,000 funding for their business, right? So now out of that $20,000 that you're helping, they're loving everything that you're helping them to do, right? And so you have also referral compensation. You see what I'm saying? So if I am a person that is getting a house, right? When I get this house, generally I got to pay 3 to 6% to the realtor. I got to pay 1 to 4 or 5% to the mortgage person. I got to pay taxes. I got to pay insurance. See, all of those things are coming, and I'm buying a $100,000 house, let's say. So once I buy the $100,000 house, I've actually paid $110,000 for it. You see what I'm saying? And then it takes at least 5 to 7 years to pay down the principal. Pay down to where you're getting to the principal. The first 5 to 7 years, you're just paying interest. See what I'm saying is, if you don't know, it is hurting you. Ignorance is not bliss, right? Right. So we want to get to a place to where we know, right? Not just to where I can, somebody is doing it for me, right? That's good and dandy, okay? But generally, if somebody's going to do it for you, it's generally a handy ticket that's connected with that, right? So we want to make sure that that's what we are highlighting, right? So those of us, I haven't seen many that have turned in the homework with the business credit. So what I'll do is highlight it. I know I talked to Miss McMorris, I talked to J.R., I talked to Miss Cowell, I talked to Corey, so I know we've been talking several things, and forgive me if I don't mention talking to you, but those individuals I know of that talked to about the business credit portion, that they've been, putting things together or asking me questions on how to put things together. Okay. So I'm gonna log in to the system right quick so that you guys can see what it is that you need to be preparing. So what we're doing, you should have already done the personal credit portion, where you have signed up for the personal credit monitoring. You allow the personal credit monitoring to be uploaded into our system. Now we are working on your personal credit, right? We're working on that end, okay? So also too, you're working on the business credit initial steps, and that's what we're getting ready to outline right now, okay? Remember, PC plus BC equals LC, okay? So that's what we're working towards. If you work that formula, then you'll have the things necessary. Then you can do your business plan. Then you can actually do the marketing, advertising necessary to run a business, not just you've opened up a business, but really you just started a whole new job. You just own the job, right? You don't want to be in that position, right? So let's rock and roll. Got about 8 more minutes. Appreciate everybody, what you got there doing, rocking. I know the world is tough, right? But you're tougher. Fundability Foundation. All right. So what we're working on, as you can see here, we have a total of 8 tiers. Okay, so we're not just out there saying, hey, this is the general things that people tell you when they're setting up a business, or they're saying, hey, get you some business credit. They take you through these initial steps. Okay, we have these steps plus umpteen more. Okay, you know, what is that? 7-Eleven? What is it? What does that thing people say? It's umpteen and 19. I forgot how they say 8, 11 million. I forgot what it is. Don't think I'm crazy, because I am. Every day that ends with a Y, right? So as you're working, you have your business name. Okay, so that should be, as we were talking about, is your business that you have, right? Whatever this is, it is a specific business, right? But you also need to do something like something associates, something enterprises, something that's just general. Okay, that's going to be your funding business, right? So take the steps. Take the steps. You have to have a funding business. You have to have what we call an asset business and a liability business. Okay, because people will sue you, people will lie on you, people will do all these types of things. You have to be responsible with your assets. Okay, so with that, you have the business address, right? If it's right now you're using the home address, it's understandable, but we want to get to a place to where we are using a separate business address. I'm not talking about actually getting a whole nother building or something, but at least have a virtual business address, USPS, right? Not a post office box, because it has to be a landline. It has to be like, excuse me, not landline, but it has to be a land. It has to be actual formulated. Cannot be a PO box, okay? And then the type of business entity. We always do LLCs right now. Don't worry about S corp, C corp, all those other things. You don't need it right now. Nobody I know, starting this needs a S corp, right? Not right now. Okay, if you have over 5 employees, yeah, we can go ahead, work on looking at to get one of the S or C corps. Okay, then the EIN number, and then the business phone for one listing. If you are working on, cool. Let me know if what you need there, and I can definitely get that. I can get that if you didn't see a portion. I can't. I wish I could enlarge this. All right. So notes. What we're needing: business name, business address, business entity, EIN, and I'm going to put in here, right? And if you will Google iUpdate, and somewhere within that page on that Google, you will see it says setting up your Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, this is going to help you to override those individuals out there trying to charge you for the different things that you're needing, right? The different pieces that you need, like the Dun & Bradstreet, right? The DUNS number. People will charge you anywhere from $300 to $1,500, right, for a Dun & Bradstreet number, and it's free, right? Even Dun & Bradstreet was trying to charge you for it. So you just have to understand, what they're saying, and how to get around, okay? And so we can talk about more about how to use iUpdates as well. We'll jump into that Thursday, but you can definitely start doing your homework and research, okay? And so once you do that, you want to start getting into the website and the email, okay? It depends on what business it is. It could be very important that you get away from Gmail, right? So at least you can have a Gmail, but you need to have something that has, something.com, right? So you need to be in that particular arena that has your own personalized email at some point in time. It doesn't have to be right away, but it has to be, okay? Business license, if you're not actually involved in doing business right now, that's not necessary. So don't worry about that. All right. So if you're just doing just basic things like a home-based business, it's not necessary. Okay. And then the business merchant account that comes with the business bank account, all those in the same place. Okay. And we have the ins and outs for those things. What I want you to do is just simply be taking notes and make sure you have everything line up for this. Okay, so once we start doing that, then we're going to take you into, like I said, once again, I wish I could enlarge this, but if you're taking notes, we're going to take you to Dun and Bradstreet, to Business Experian, Business Equifax, all the business credit repositories or business credit reporting systems. Okay, we even have a program or a system how to fix business credit. So sometimes people come in and they've already had things happen, right? We had a Miss McMorris had a challenge where there was somebody already trying to report their profile. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but it was a source of identity theft. It was causing a bad mark. And so we are working to eliminate that bad mark, right? So then we start jumping into tier one. Tier one starts to maneuvering into getting your initial things set up, your gas cards, right? Your small accounts, Staples, Home Depots, those type of things. Then we start to get your NAV account, make sure that's in place, of course, initially. So once we do that, now we can monitor those business reports, and then we go from tier two all the way into the other tiers. Okay, so once you do this, you set up the right way. Then we start networking with local credit unions and things like that. And then once we start talking to the local credit unions, while these things are happening, you're paying on your vendor credit. You're getting your net 30 accounts, your net 15, your net 45 accounts, right? See, then all these things start to report. And now you started 2 to 3 accounts with a couple of credit unions. Okay, in your local area. You started a Bank of America, you started a Wells Fargo, you started several accounts, anywhere between 3 to 5 business accounts. Okay, and see, this allows for what we call a bank rating. Okay, and see, these are things that are missing from a fundability foundation. All right, when you have these things, you have the foundation in place, right? So that's what we want to do. That's what we're trying to do, guys. We're trying to, get these things out of us, right? Whatever this purpose that we have inside, right? Whatever these things are. And as you are moving through the individual portions and you need the access, right? And so we have the DIY, we have the done for you, we have you can do it yourself, right? And so as you're working on your personal credit and you're doing the things that you should be doing, making you better, you're working on your personal cash flow plan, you're getting to do the things that what make you better, right? As you're doing those things, now you're bumping into other individuals that see what you're doing. They say, I would love to do that, or hey, how can I get my credit done, right? And they say, well, this is how you can get your credit done. And then we will definitely do you a compensation. So that individual that you referred, you then have created an income stream because that person also wants to get maybe a car, maybe a home, right? And so if they get a car, then we're going to give you a portion of the income. If they get a home, then we're going to also give you a portion or compensate you. You've created a commission, right? Or what we call profit sharing. Very simple. Work on you, right? And then understand where you are. So you say, hey, I'm creating this, and this that I'm creating is going to do enough to get me current lifestyle where I want it to be and my future lifestyle where I want it to be, right? And if you're doing that, now you're in a place to be a-okay, right? So when you're working on those things that getting your lifestyle in place, now you don't have to worry about the next steps. Now you can say, okay, hey, I can breathe. I've increased my cash flow. I've increased my credit. I've increased my business credit. I've done the things necessary so that I can breathe, right? For a business address, do we still go to a post office? You only know you have to have a land. You have to show like 123 Main Street, right? Post office gives you a P.O. box. This I'm aware of. I don't know if they are doing the make it look like a land address. So don't use a post office. They really would not fund if you have a P.O. box, okay? Because you want to think about it, they can't locate you, okay? The company that you're trying to get funding from, they say, we can't locate a P.O. box. Okay, good question. So we work on you, we work on us, as we're working on us, we log in, we say, hey, I'm going to allow myself X amount of time every day to work on me. I go to the realu.club, I log in, I just start on my coursework, I work on getting my budget together, I work on getting these pieces together. I log in, I start working on my personal credit, I start making sure that I'm getting the things right, I understand what my target area is. I log in, I continue to get my business credit right. I'm working on that. I'm getting those things lined up, right? And if you get to a place where you have more time, right? Then you start to learn more. When you learn more, what they told me was this: if I can empty my wallet into my mind will fill up my wallet. Okay. So guys, that's it. I got 9:33, and I want to take your time very seriously. And as we are leaving, I want to leave you with a simple testimony about cash flow on how to start, right? It doesn't matter where you are. It matters how you implement the strategies to get you to the next level, not just hoping and praying, but responding, right? Peace.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how my econ, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before my econ, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing my econ, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
Hi, my name is Jim. I'm the owner of Morningstar Disability, which is a disability firm. I'm actually recording this video testimony, as you see here, at my home office. I just want to do a quick video because I just want to inform the populace out there how excited we are about the Business Finance Suite, because for all intents and purposes, there's not a lot, and I've done plenty of research, and I'm sure you probably have as well, on the internet regarding business credit, how to obtain it, what are the 1, 2, 3 steps of how to get business credit and secure financing, which is so important for a small business such as myself to be able to survive and thrive in today's economy. I'm sure that you can agree with that. And so what's great about it is the fact that you have the support with the team, right? The Finance Suite product is so integral for our business because of the fact that it teaches you how to structure your business properly. There were some things that I was missing. There were some things that I had, but there were some things that I was missing, as well as the credit profiles and things like that to be created, and then vendor trade lines. Like, we would never know what types of what are the criteria that are necessary, the underwriting guidelines for the vendors to be selective, that when we would choose them, that we would be approved versus something where it would negatively impact our credit because we were just taking a shot in the dark, right? So I thought that was very, very important. Of course, where are you going to find that? Like, no one's telling you anything about that, right? And then of course, then to be able to get business credit cards in my business name with no personal guarantee, because most of the time they want to get your social security number when you're applying for business credit cards. So this totally separates my personal from my business, which is awesome. And then of course, the major thing is securing financing. We all need financing and working capital. My business sure does and did at the time. And so it's awesome. I'm very excited where I'm at today. I'm very excited in the process. The team is very supportive, right? They're very knowledgeable about business credit and securing the best financial options for you, right? And they go through everything thoroughly. I couldn't say enough about it. But again, because of the fact that it is exclusive, you don't see it anywhere else on the internet. This put everything, it's like a one-stop shop, put everything all at my fingertips. And with that being said, hey, it allows me to have control, which is what I like, to have full control over the success of my business, and I'm sure that you would agree. So anyway, that's my testimony. Go out and buy your own Business Finance Suite. Thank you.